Welcome everybody, Week 12 State of the League address. Hope you're all brushing off those hangovers from going out last night before Thanksgiving. So I hope you're curbing that hangover by spending it with your wonderful commissioner on this Thanksgiving day. So hope you guys are all thankful for a lot of things. And fantasy football is one of them for me. So anyway, this is usually a day off for most people, but not for your hard-working commissioner. He does not take a day off ever. So, this is the final week of the regular season for fantasy football anyway, and looks like our league has our 6 teams, playoff teams already picked out. Mathematically, we can't eliminate one, so we technically have 7 teams going, but I think I did the math here, and it looks like Big Mike has to win, Pembroke has to lose, and let's see, Big Mike has to outscore Pembroke by 222.64 points. Funny enough, that's what I write, 77 points more than anyone has scored in any week this season. So he'd have to have quite a week. I think if you've got 9 or 10 guys, you've got to average, about 30 points per guy that's starting on his team. So that's going to be significant. He's essentially eliminated, however, not mathematically, according to the numbers. So let's move on to last week's game of the week. What happened was we had the Beantown Vagabonds, which has now been renamed to Bands Make Her Dance. Thank you, Juicy J, for that one. The Boston Nomads were up there, and that game of the week turned out to be the biggest blowout, actually, by the score of 135 for the Vagabonds, 80 for the Nomads. So that comes out to, 55 points? That was a blowout. But Webster doesn't care. Doesn't mean anything for him. For me, it was more important that I got the win, so I have to worry about this week having some complications as far as seeding or even possibly missing the playoffs. So everything's good now. If we go and look at the standings right now, it looks like we had the Nomads at 1, Sandusky Daycare at 2, Bands and Maker Dance at 3, Rectum Blasters 4, a Shiny Poop at 5. Scott, you really got to get more creative with your names here. You're just changing Poop to Shiny Poop. Now it's going to be, I don't know, Gleaming Poop or something next week, I'm guessing. So let's see. Zuck's going to win. I don't know how Pembroke changed his name to that, but he's in 6th. So we're going to have to see how these week of games play out starting today, of course, with some wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. We get some football games, some good ones at that too. So we have our 6 teams. We're going to have to see how those games play out and see what the seeding ends up to be next week. So we'll talk about that when that happens. So I don't know if you guys are aware here, but we actually have a league pick'em, and I'm in first place. I'm actually tied in first place with Zuck, I believe. We both have 10 wins, so no one's really been paying off for that. I don't know why we bother having that in our league. But anyway, we're not playing for anything. I'm just letting you know. Me and Zuck are in first, even though I'm only getting 41% of the games correct. So that's horrible, but just wanted to point that out for you guys that weren't aware. I actually didn't know our league has a record book going back to the past 3 years that we've been doing this. And I just wanted to congratulate the Bill Belicheffs for breaking the all-time record for longest losing streak, which now stands at 8 games. So congratulations, DeNoble. As you can see, I'm at a satellite recording studio here, other than the regular commissioner's office, as you've seen for the last 11 videos, I believe. So, with that, I can't do paper bag team of the week. I don't have the infamous paper bag, so that was going to go to DeNoble. So he's lucky. I don't have to do a little rant for him. So you lucked out, DeNoble. Just make sure you win this week. I don't know who you're playing. Let me look right here. It's right in front of me. You're playing Knicks. I will make you famous. So you have a shot there. You're favored to win, but you've probably been favored more than half of your games that you still lose. So I don't know if you can manage to lose 9 games in a row, but we'll see if you keep it up. If I go to the waiver pickups of the week, this was kind of interesting. There's really not much to choose from, although there are actually some possible some players out there. One of the players I'm talking about here more specifically is Latavius Murray, who against the Kansas City Chiefs before he left the game with his concussion, was averaging 6 points per carry, which is outrageous. So I think if he comes back, he's obviously going to be the starter for the Raiders at running back. And I think that's going to be real good for him. He picks up the Cleveland defense versus Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo can't score to save their lives anyway, especially in the red zone, where they're last in the league, I was seeing. Last game I saw from them. So Sandusky Daycare had a pretty good couple good pickups of the week for the waivers. I know the Rectum Blasters replaced their new starting quarterback. He was playing McCown for the last 3 weeks, I believe. He was doing okay, except for last week when he only scored 12 points. And so he picked up Tannehill, a replacement who had 28 points. He's scored, I think, he's been scoring at a pretty good clip. Although actually McCown and Tannehill, the last 3 games, have scored the same amount of points. But you guys would probably all agree with me when I say that Tannehill's probably going to score more points than McCown going forward as he plays on a slightly better team. And he's actually shown some great improvement throughout the season. So the Rectum Blasters have a new starting quarterback. Being a playoff team, that's actually a significant pickup, I believe. The Nomads picked up the Giants defense. I guess he doesn't have any confidence in San Francisco against the Seattle defense, which I don't know if I agree with, but especially given that let's see, the Giants can't beat anybody, even though you get amazing plays from Odell Beckham, they still somehow manage to blow the game. So even though they're playing the Jaguars, I wouldn't have much confidence in them. I know on paper it looks good, but let's just say this: the Giants are not a good team either, even though they're playing another terrible one. So we'll see. I mean, San Francisco defense has gotten out Alden Smith back, and I don't know if Patrick Willis is coming back too. He's been out throughout the season, but anyway, that should be a good game. So I don't know if that's necessarily a great pickup. It sounds better on paper, but I don't know if in reality it's actually a better pickup. Shiny Poop is picking up Rams defense, which I like a lot. They're playing a horrible Redskins team, but let's look at the facts here. RG3 is not playing anymore, unfortunately, for Scott's team. So we have Colt McCoy making the start, and so I'm not sure how that's going to play out. I like Colt McCoy as a quarterback, at least better than RG3. So I don't think they're as bad. The Redskins are as bad this week as they've been the last couple weeks with RG3 starting. So I'm not sure about that pick either. It can still pay off. I mean, certainly Colt McCoy could do horrible, but he also has a higher upside than RG3. So we'll have to see how that goes out. I'm not sure if he's going to start him or not, but I just wanted to make that comment there. And Bill Swallows Brady. He actually won last week, but he beat the Belichiefs. As I said earlier, lost 8 games in a row. So he's dropped, his whole team again, picking up new ones. I guess he's playing the matchups. I don't know what his strategy is. Maybe he's eeny, meeny, miny, mowing everything. But he picked up, among all the trash players he's got, he picked up Zach Ertz and Brent Selleck, 2 tight ends that play on the exact same team. I don't know why he bothered. Just pick Brent Selleck. He's been clearly their number 1 tight end over Zach Ertz the last few weeks. Zach Ertz been very disappointing as I've dropped him and no one has even bothered to pick him up. So I don't know what the point of that was. But anyway, going over the waiver pickups of the week, I want to give it to Rectum Blasters if they have a new quarterback. They're a playoff team, and so I think that's the most significant pickup. And yeah, without a doubt, he wins that waiver pickup of the week award. So we're moving on to the week looking ahead here. We got the games of the week. None of these really matter. I mean, it looks like everyone that's supposed to win is going to win, as I would think. The only really significant game that matters here is two playoff teams here. We got Sandusky Daycare, who is the current 2 seed right now, going against Zuck's Going to Win, which is Pembroke's team. I'm actually going to be rooting for Pembroke because if Sam loses and I win, I'm most likely going to get the 2 seed in the very important bye. So I'm looking to get have Pembroke get that win. Although in my league pick'em, I am going to lead on Sam because I think Tony Romo playing that really tough Eagles defensive front. They force a lot of turnovers. They get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. I think Tony Romo's going to struggle a lot. And I'm not sure how the health of Arian Foster, and we don't know how Alfred Blue is. They might share the backfield going forward because of Arian Foster's injury concerns, so we don't even know what's going to happen there. So I think Sam's a more safer pick there, so I'm going to pick Sam officially for that game of the week. We'll see how it plays out. You never know. It should be a very high-scoring game between those 2 good teams. So with that, I hope I helped a lot of your hangovers this morning for those of you who did go out, but I want to say happy Thanksgiving, everybody. have a happy feasting and good luck to everyone except for Big Mike, since I'm playing him this week, and I hope to win. And I hope, like I said before, that Sam loses so I can get that 2 seed. And so, let's see. I'm just going to play some Juicy J as I go out, just for everyone to give a listen to, because everyone should enjoy some good old Juicy J. All right, Commissioner out. Have a good week.
Bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance. All these chicks popping pussy, I'm just popping bands. Bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance. These chicks clapping and they ain't using hands.